let's get one thing straight right now. If you believe you need to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, drink a gallon of lemon water, meditate for an hour on a mountaintop, and then run a marathon before the sun rises just to be successful, you have been lied to. I'm here to tell you that this all-or-nothing, punishing approach to mornings is not only unrealistic for most of us, but it's also the fastest way to feel like a failure before your day has even begun. The pressure to have a perfect morning routine is a trap. It's a highlight reel you see on social media that makes you feel bad about your own life, causing you to give up entirely. The problem with these guru-prescribed routines is that they are not designed for your life. They don't account for your kids, your commute, your energy levels, or the fact that you simply are not a morning person. And that's okay. Success isn't about copying someone else's life down to the minute. It's about creating systems that work for you. That's the secret. It's not about the specific time on the clock or the brand of green juice you're drinking. It's about being intentional with the first moments of your day, no matter when they start, to set a tone of control and purpose. Think about it. When you start your day by immediately failing to live up to some impossible standard, what message are you sending to your brain? You're telling yourself, I'm already behind, I'm not good enough, I can't even get the morning right. This negative self-talk spirals, impacting your confidence, your focus, and your decisions for the rest of the day. You're starting the race with your shoelaces tied together. It's time to untie them and stop trying to run someone else's race. We're going to throw that rule book out the window. So, for today, I want you to give yourself a break. Forgive yourself for every morning you've hit snooze, for every time you've scrolled your phone in bed instead of journaling, for every failed attempt at a complicated routine. None of that matters starting now. What matters is understanding the why behind successful habits, not just the what. We're going to replace the myths with science and the pressure with simple, actionable steps that you can actually stick to. You've heard of the 5 a.m. club. It's this idea that every single high achiever on the planet is up before the birds, crushing their goals while the rest of us are still dreaming. I'm calling BS on that. Sure, some successful people are early risers. Tim Cook and Richard Branson are famous for it. But you know who isn't? People like Jeff Bezos, who has famously said he prioritizes getting a full 8 hours of sleep, often waking up naturally without an alarm. The obsession with a specific wake-up time misses the entire point. The magic isn't in the time. It's in the quality of sleep and the intention you bring to your waking hours. The real common denominator among the wealthy and successful isn't waking up in the dark. It's protecting their energy and their focus. They understand that their brain is their most valuable asset, and they treat it that way. Instead of forcing themselves into a punishing schedule, they create a buffer between waking up and engaging with the world's demands. This means they are not grabbing their phone the second their eyes open and diving headfirst into a tsunami of emails, news alerts, and social media notifications. That's the real killer of productivity, not your wake-up time. Research backs this up completely. When you check your phone first thing, you are triggering a reactive mindset. Your brain is flooded with cortisol, the stress hormone, as you immediately start thinking about other people's problems, requests, and emergencies. You're letting the outside world dictate your mood and your priorities before you've even had a chance to connect with your own. Successful people do the opposite. They start their day proactively, focusing on their own internal state and their most important goals first. This could be for just 10 or 15 minutes, but that small window of proactive time is a game changer. So, let's bust this myth once and for all. Your success is not determined by whether you see the sunrise. It's determined by whether you take control of your morning or let your morning control you. If there is one habit that will change your life almost overnight, it's this one. It's not sexy, it's not complicated, and it will take you less than 5 minutes. I call it a brain dump. Before you do anything else, before you check your phone, before you talk to anyone, grab a blank piece of paper and a pen. Now, write down everything that is swirling around in your head. Every worry, every to-do item, every nagging thought, every random idea. Don't organize it. Don't judge it. Just get it out of your head and onto the paper. This simple act is incredibly powerful for a scientific reason. Your brain's prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for focus and decision-making, has a limited capacity. When it's cluttered with open loops and unfinished business, like I need to email Susan, don't forget to buy milk, and I'm worried about that upcoming presentation, it can't operate at its full potential. It's like trying to run a bunch of complex software on a computer with very little RAM. By externalizing all those thoughts onto paper, you are literally freeing up mental bandwidth. You are decluttering your mind so you can actually think clearly. Think of it as a mental reset. The anxiety you feel in the morning often comes from a sense of overwhelming responsibility. The brain dump takes that giant, intimidating cloud of stuff and makes it tangible and manageable. Once it's on the page, it's no longer a mysterious source of stress floating in your subconscious. It's just a list. A list you can look at, prioritize, and tackle one item at a time. This shifts you from a state of passive anxiety into a position of active control. You are telling your brain, I see this, I've got it handled, and now I can focus. Start this tomorrow. Put a notepad and pen by your bed tonight. When you wake up, before your feet even hit the floor, just start writing. It might feel weird at first, but stick with it. After you've written everything down, you can take one extra step. Circle the 1 or 2 things that are most important to tackle today. That's it. You've just created a clear, simple roadmap for your day in under 5 minutes. When people hear morning exercise, they often picture a grueling, high-intensity workout that leaves them exhausted. Let's reframe that. The goal of morning movement isn't to punish your body or burn a specific number of calories. The goal is to wake up your brain and energize your system for the day ahead. Millionaires and high performers don't necessarily do punishing workouts first thing. They do strategic movement. This could be as simple as a 10-minute walk outside, some gentle stretching, or a few yoga poses. The key is to get your blood flowing and change your physical state. The science here is undeniable. Physical activity, even in small doses, increases the flow of blood and oxygen to the brain. It also stimulates the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine, which play a huge role in regulating your mood, motivation, and focus. Think of it as a natural cup of coffee, but without the eventual crash. You are literally changing your brain chemistry to make you feel more alert, positive, and capable. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment to achieve this. You just need to move your body intentionally. This is about connecting with your body, not beating it into submission. If you hate running, don't run. If the thought of a HIIT workout makes you want to crawl back under the covers, then don't do it. Maybe for you, strategic movement is putting on your favorite song and dancing around the kitchen while you wait for your coffee to brew. Maybe it's doing 5 minutes of sun salutations or simply stretching your arms, legs, and back. The form of movement is less important than the act of doing it consistently. The goal is to feel good, not to feel defeated. So, here is your action plan. Pick one simple form of movement that you don't hate. Just one. Commit to doing it for just 5 to 10 minutes after your brain dump. That's it. Don't overthink it. The goal is to create a positive feedback loop. When you move your body and feel that immediate boost in energy and mood, your brain registers it as a reward. This makes it far more likely that you'll want to do it again tomorrow. We're building a sustainable habit, not preparing for the Olympics. Start small, start simple, and focus on how it makes you feel. After you've cleared your mind and energized your body, the final piece of this simple routine is to feed your brain. But there's a huge difference between active learning and passive consumption. Passively consuming means scrolling through social media feeds, reading sensational news headlines, or watching mindless videos. This type of consumption is like eating junk food. It might feel good in the moment, but it provides zero nutritional value for your mind. It keeps you in that reactive state we talked about, absorbing low-quality information that clutters your thinking and often makes you feel worse. Active learning, on the other hand, is intentional. It's about dedicating a small amount of time to consuming high-quality information that helps you grow. This is a non-negotiable habit for almost every successful person I've ever studied or met. Warren Buffett famously spends up to 80% of his day reading. Bill Gates reads about 50 books a year. They understand that knowledge is the ultimate competitive advantage. They aren't scrolling Instagram, they are deliberately investing in their own intellectual capital, and they prioritize it in the calm, focused hours of the morning. You do not need to read for 5 hours a day to get the benefits. Just like with movement, the key is to start small and be consistent. Can you commit to reading just 10 pages of a non-fiction book? That's it. 10 pages a day adds up to over 3,600 pages a year, which is roughly 12 books. Imagine how much you would learn and grow by reading 12 books on leadership, finance, psychology, or a skill you want to develop. You could also listen to a 15-minute educational podcast or watch a TED Talk on a subject that interests you. The key is to be proactive about what you let into your brain. Instead of letting an algorithm decide what you see, you decide what you want to learn. This small act puts you in a mindset of growth and improvement from the very start of your day. It signals to your brain that you are a person who learns, evolves, and gets better over time. It builds confidence and gives you new ideas and perspectives that you can apply to your work and your life. Choose your learning tool, a book, a podcast, an article, and place it next to your notepad tonight. Make it easy to pick up and hard to ignore. We've covered a lot. We've busted the myth of the perfect, punishing morning routine and replaced it with a simple, science-backed framework that anyone can use. Let's quickly recap the 3 core habits. First, the brain dump to clear your mind and reduce anxiety. Second, strategic movement to energize your body and boost your mood. And third, active learning to feed your brain and invest in your own growth. Notice how simple this is. There's no 4 a.m. alarm, no ice bath, no 2-hour meditation session required. This is about being intentional, not about being perfect. The incredible thing about this sequence is that it creates upward momentum. You start your day with 3 small wins. You've achieved clarity, you've boosted your energy, and you've learned something new, all before most people have finished scrolling through their first social media feed. This cascade of positive actions sets the tone for everything that follows. You walk into your day feeling in control, focused, and capable, instead of feeling rushed, reactive, and already behind. This is the true secret of the world's most successful people. It's not about what they do, it's about how they prime their minds for success. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. You don't have to implement all 3 of these habits at once. That's the old way of thinking that leads to overwhelm and failure. I want you to pick just one. Which of these habits feels the most achievable for you right now? Which one addresses the biggest pain point in your current morning? Is it the mental clutter? Is it the low energy? Is it the feeling of stagnation? Pick the one habit that resonates the most with you and commit to trying it tomorrow morning. Just one small change. Now, I want you to make that commitment real. Don't just think about it, declare it. The act of sharing your intention makes you significantly more likely to follow through. So, I want you to head to the comments right now and tell me, which one habit will you try tomorrow morning? Is it the brain dump, strategic movement, or active learning? I want to hear from you. Let's stop talking about the life we want and start taking the small, simple steps to create it. One morning at a time. You've got this.